General Hospital will reveal that after receiving the news from Sunny that Michael has gone missing in the rooftop apartment fire, Carly falls into a state of complete panic. The devastating news hits her like a thunderclap, shattering any remaining sense of control she had. Fear and despair quickly take over Carly's mind, pushing her into a spiral of chaotic thoughts. She can hardly stand, her eyes wide with horror as Sunny's words echo in her head. The haunting thought of losing her son, a person whom Carly has always given all her love and protection to, feels like a knife driving deep into her heart, bringing her to the brink of collapse. When Carly arrives at the scene of the fire, the sight before her is like a living nightmare she never could have imagined. Smoldering piles of ash, the sharp scent of smoke filling the air, and the faint crackle of the last embers still flickering in the wreckage make everything feel utterly haunting. Carly stands frozen, her body as if turned to stone, unable to take another step. Her eyes are wide, blank, staring at the devastation, her heart feeling like it's being crushed. The images of the fire are a painful reminder that all hope seems to have been burned away. After Michael's disappearance in the fire, Carly is no longer herself. Her mental state plunges into utter chaos, and the hallucinations and obsessions about her son cause her to slowly lose touch with reality. She begins to believe in the irrational, even thinking someone intentionally harmed Michael. In her disordered mind, Carly directs all her rage and pain at Drew, whom she blames for the entire tragedy. She believes Drew, with his actions that she sees as immoral, led Michael down the path to his tragic death. One day, consumed by fury and completely out of control, Carly decides to confront Drew. But when she sees him, the pent-up anger and the overwhelming pain prevent Carly from staying calm. Obsessed with the idea that Drew is responsible for her son's death, Carly drives her car straight at him in a moment of frenzied outburst. The car crashes into Drew, sending him flying. Onlookers rush to the scene, but the chaos and Carly's screams intensify the tension. Drew is severely injured from the impact, lying motionless on the ground. Meanwhile, Carly, still in her car, continues to scream and sob, lost in delirium and completely unaware of the consequences of her actions. She keeps muttering accusations at Drew, blaming him for Michael's death, despite there being no evidence to support her beliefs. Carly's actions cause not only severe physical harm to Drew but also create a massive shock for everyone around her. Drew and Carly are quickly rushed to the hospital. While Drew fights to survive his injuries, Carly is diagnosed with severe psychological trauma, showing clear signs of a serious mental disorder. Carly's actions are not driven by malice but are the result of an irreplaceable loss and prolonged mental breakdown. But for Drew, the consequences are tragically devastating. Not only does he suffer physical harm, but he must also face the emotional toll of becoming the victim of an impulsive act from someone he once trusted. This event not only pushes Carly further into danger but also strains her relationships with those around her. For Carly, this is a turning point, propelling her into a pit from which she may never find a way out. She is no longer just a mother who has lost her son, but someone who now bears the responsibility for the harm she has caused in her own madness. Carly cannot stop blaming herself. She wonders if she did something wrong, if there was a way she could have prevented this tragedy. The feeling of helplessness seems to make Carly lose complete control. Those around her try to comfort her and keep her calm, but Carly can only stare blankly into space, tears continuously streaming down her dazed face. In that moment, Carly knows her life will never be the same again. In losing Michael, she has lost the most important part of her heart and soul. In her unconscious state, Carly's mind does not descend into silence, but rather, is sucked into an endless nightmare. Michael's image appears vividly in her mind, as if he were still standing before her, with his familiar smile and warm gaze. Carly hears Michael's voice, calling her name with desperation, but every time she tries to reach out, the image fades away like smoke, leaving behind a cold and haunting emptiness. The memories of Michael, his small arms running into her embrace, the moments of laughter and joy together, play on an endless loop, like a slow-motion film Carly cannot stop. Carly's pain in her delirium is not just about the loss. Her mind seems to dredge up all the contradictions and failures in her personal life, as if to fuel the fire of anguish that is burning her. She relives moments when she felt helpless in protecting Michael, the mistakes she thought she had overcome now echoing in her head as unending accusations. The betrayal by Willow, the struggles over custody battles, and the collapse of relationships with loved ones, all of these intertwine, creating a web of painful memories that bind Carly. For Carly, the loss of Michael is not just a physical or mental pain, but a complete rupture. It's as if a crucial piece of her life has been ripped away forever, leaving a void that nothing can fill. Carly has lost not just her son but also herself. She has become a mother obsessed with grief, unable to let go and unwilling to accept reality. That deep, unrelenting pain feels like a torrent, sweeping away all hope and vitality from her. Carly is no longer the strong, decisive woman she once was. She has become fragile, vulnerable, and entirely controlled by her sorrow. Every time she awakes from her delirium, she has only one thought: Michael is still alive and waiting for her to find him. Carly clings to this belief with blind stubbornness because it's the only way she can hold on without completely falling apart. In the tragic and sorrowful world Carly lives in, Michael's image is the only light, faint as it may be, keeping her from sinking into total darkness. This immense loss has changed Carly forever. Once a mother who fought tirelessly for her children, she is now a mother lost, endlessly searching for her son in vain. Carly's world has become nothing more than fragments of memories, pain, and a love for Michael that cannot be quenched. Each day, Carly survives, but only to continue searching for a faint hope that Michael is out there, waiting for her in a tragic world she cannot escape from. Stay tuned for the next episodes as we dive into the dramatic and emotional developments in Carly's story. After unimaginable mental shock, impulsive actions, and the painful consequences she causes, Carly will have to face the harsh truth and the difficulties in healing the fractured relationships around her. Will the pain of losing her son and her psychological trauma push Carly further into despair, or will she find a way to return to herself? In the upcoming episodes, viewers will witness Carly's journey as she faces judgment from society, challenges from her family, and her own inner turmoil. The inner conflicts and mental instability will force Carly to make difficult decisions that may change her life forever. Will Carly find the light in the darkness, or will new tragedies continue to pile up? Not only Carly, but those around her, Sunny, Drew, Willow, and Michael, if the truth about him is revealed, will experience major turning points in their lives. Love, betrayal, schemes, and long-hidden truths will slowly be uncovered. Relationships will be tested, and Port Charles will never be the same again. The next episodes are not just Carly's story but also a sweeping picture of the struggle between love, hatred, and redemption. Stay tuned so you don't miss any of the intense moments as each character makes decisions that could change their lives forever. Don't miss the chance to immerse yourself in the intense emotions and unexpected surprises of the upcoming episodes.